What's going on? What's going on? How we doing? 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 It's Thursday. You know what that means. Yes, sir. It's another episode of I.O.W. Sports Show. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Tapping in with the I.O.W. Sports crew. You know what it is. Hey, man. We got a lot to talk about. Of course, we're going to preview Thursday night's football action. We got the Dallas Cowboys going to the New York Jets. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tripping. The Giants. It's an NFC East rivalry. I don't know why I said Jets. But they New Jersey. I'm still confused about that. Why ain't they called the New Jersey Giants or the New Jersey Jets? Anyway, we'll preview Cowboys, Giants. We'll preview that for sure. Of course, a lot of NFL action week 4 going down. We'll talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, we talk a lot of sports here on I.O.W. And man, there's some things that's bothering me with the WNBA. All right. And it's been bothering me. All right. We talked about it numerous times on this show before. I think it's time for the WNBA to clean house. And what I mean is they need to get people in the right positions to make sure that they are properly, selling their product. They are properly, upholding an image that can be beneficial for them to, advertise to the viewers so that they can gain more viewership. Look, there's nothing you can make up about the fact that, yes, the Caitlin Clark effect was real. All right. Did she bring in numerous new viewers? Yes. Did she bring in, sellout crowds at the stadium she went to? Yes. The only problem is those same people that view to watch Caitlin Clark or watch her to play a live game, they stuck around just for her. She's just now got eliminated out the playoffs last night. So, using my common sense, and I kind of already seen it on social media, they were like, well, it was real, WNBA deuces. As soon as she leaves, we're gone. And that's kind of some of the talk that you have gotten from some people on the internet. And I think that's a problem because, I think you're not really doing a huge service to the ladies of the WNBA by not making sure you advertise your product properly. So here's just an example of what I'm talking about. All right. So last night, it was Diana Taurasi's possible, more than likely, because she's 42 years old. She's done it all in WNBA. She's done it all in all of women's basketball. It was more than likely her last game. All right. Why did not the WNBA make it a big deal? They should have made it a celebration. They should have been advertising that playoff series all week between Minnesota and Phoenix. They should have been advertising it like crazy on Sunday. They should have been advertising it crazy for last night's game because that is possibly the last time we will see the GOAT. Yes, he is the women's GOAT of basketball. Diana Taurasi is so important to women's basketball, but yet the WNBA kind of made it seem like it was just another Wednesday night basketball game. I was slightly disappointed. I mean, for those who love basketball, love women's basketball, they know the importance of Diana Taurasi to their game. And the WNBA kind of made it seem like, yeah, just another Wednesday game. Excuse me. I don't know. I was disappointed in that. I just think it's time for the WNBA to start cleaning up the details. Start showing. I think when you put more effort into trying to advertise your product and it shows that you care, I think other people are going to care. To me, I just think that's just natural human instincts. When people can see that you give a damn about your product or whatever you're doing, it shows. And they want to see why you believe in it so much. And then in turn, they'll give your product a chance. And then when they like it, they'll be more inclined to say, hey, y'all should go watch this. The word of mouth will spread more easily because the fact of the matter is, you give a damn about your stuff. All right. For those who follow my content, you see me. I'm posting. I'm making clips. I damn sure try to be more, consistent when it's time and making sure that I give the content. And in turn, it'll give people more reason to support my content because I give a damn about it. We need more care in the WNBA. How do we not know that this is possibly the last time we will see the she-goat in WNBA action, and you guys just kind of just played it off like it was just another typical Wednesday night game? No. First of all, it's the playoffs. So you should be hyping the shit up out of your product anyway. I don't know how you're not hyping your WNBA product during playoff times like crazy. Which brings me to my another thing on why the WNBA needs to clean up their details. I talked about it on Monday's show. I did not understand why you, WNBA, thought it was a great idea to go head-to-head, viewership-wise, with all-day football on Sunday. You have 4 playoff games on Sunday, and you put them all on Sunday, going up against all-day NFL action. Did you really think that you were going to steal viewers from the NFL? I'm just asking a general question. I'm curious to know if there's any WNBA representative that is watching this. Please explain to me, why do you thought that you can steal viewership from the leading juggernaut in all of sports right now? The NFL is a juggernaut. They have viewership on lock. They literally steal viewers from other things. On Sunday, until football goes off, most people are not watching anything else. I mean, come on. What are you going to watch? You going to watch Desperate Housewives? Come on. Husbands are not going to be happy about that. Give me that remote, woman. I'm watching the game. You know? What are you going to watch Bad Girls Club? Or some reality TV? I mean, do you even see how even networks, even how they set up their programming during the NFL season on Sundays? You know, I know CBS and Fox, they are two of the most leading carriers of football coverage, but they know damn well, hey, we only going to show certain shows at a certain amount of time, and we're going to stay out that prime window between 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 7. All right? Because between 1 and 7, it's a whole slew of football games that people are going to be crazy to, whether they watch it at home, having a watching party, go to the bar or restaurant and watch the game. I mean, most TV networks are smart enough to say, hey, between that time frame during football season, I'm going to do my damn best to try to stay out that window. I'm either try to grab you before 1 o'clock, you know, because, you know, I mean, there are people who watch the pre-game shows, but for the most part, I'm trying to make sure that I don't go actually head to head with the NFL action. So I didn't understand that. I didn't understand at what point, and you thought that you were that big enough to thought you was going to get viewership from the NFL. And what makes it worse? What makes it absolutely worse for the WNBA and what they did, as now they got their semifinals set up, All right. So you got your semifinals between the Aces and the Liberty, right? A rematch of last year's finals. Then you have the Connecticut Sun, a great team, taking on the Minnesota Lynx. All right. So after I just said all that of trying to avoid that 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time window on Sunday, they do it again. You can't make this up. Come on. Who's in charge of booking your basketball games? All right. I get it. You just finished the first rounds of your playoff. Why are you taking Thursday off? Why are you taking Friday off? Why are you taking Saturday off? I know Saturday is college football day, but you probably still can't compete on Saturdays, but Thursday and Friday? Huh? I mean, no disrespect to NFL on Thursday. I'm not expecting much from the Cowboys and the Giants. You could have stole some viewership from that tonight. You could have put a game or have both of your games on Friday. You're really not competing with that much. I know locally there's going to be some people go to your high school games and things like that. But I'm talking about viewership wise on TV. You're not really competing with a lot. You're competing with baseball. You can probably get some viewership from baseball. There's probably maybe 1 or 2 college games, but you can compete with that. What you can't do is you can't compete with a whole day worth of football. You can't. And they turned around and did it again on this Sunday. You had the Aces in the Liberty, literally a rematch that went to 5 games because it's the best out of 5 last year. It's a rematch of the finals, the WNBA finals. And guess what time slot they put it in on Sunday? 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Do you know what's going on at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday? Yes, we're getting the end of the 1 o'clock games. So if there's a good game, how in the hell are people going to get attracted to your product when they are watching the end of the 1 o'clock slot games? Then you're going to turn around and get ready for the 4 o'clock games. You're literally putting a rematch of the WNBA finals, which is now a semifinal this year, sandwiched in between the money time of NFL. You can't make this shit up. It's laughable. It's hilarious. It's so funny that it's beyond blasphemous. To me, it's idiotic. It's damn near sports viewership suicide. What are you doing? And then you got the other matchup at 8:30 p.m. Come on, what are you doing? Do you understand you're going up head to head with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen? 2 polarizing quarterbacks in their respective teams playing Sunday night football? Now, if it was a terrible matchup, you might have a chance, but not with this. You're talking about Josh Allen, who's playing at an MVP level right now. You're talking about Lamar Jackson, who's electric playing football right now. And you putting those 2 teams on Sunday night going up against the Sun and the Lynx. Who do you think is going to win that fight? WNBA, is time for you to clean up the details on how to run your product properly. Stop trying to go head to head with the NFL. It's not going to turn out good. There's no way they had good ratings last Sunday for all 4 of those playoff games, literally in the middle of all day football. There's no way they had great viewership between the 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time game slots. There's no way they had good viewership from that 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slot for the NFL. And guess what? The Chiefs and the Falcons are probably one of the most highest rated games so far this year. So I know damn well that nobody saw that 8 p.m. game and turned it off for the WNBA. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that happened. And that was with the Aces playing in that time slot. That's A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is great. She's phenomenal. Just won the MVP. Bravo again. Shout out to you. But there's no way that she could have brought in the viewership to take down mighty NFL. There's no way. I don't believe it. I'm curious to see the numbers of what they did last Sunday. So I know for a fact that you're going to repeat the same, if not less, this Sunday. Time to clean up your details, WNBA. I think you have an image crisis. Not only how you are marketing your product, but also I think you're about to run into an image crisis because I don't know if you saw Caitlin Clark ask for a fan to get escorted. Say, hey man, get them up out of here. Get them up out of here. So I think you're starting to run into an image situation as well. Because take a listen to this. It's not just happening at the game. It's happening online. You're getting players followed. Yes, even Angel Reese has said, I've had people follow me home and do this, do that. It's getting crazy out here. WNBA, you got to do something to start protecting your image. I mean, take a listen to this. Because Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun had this to say. And it's starting to become, I think, an issue that needs to start getting addressed for the WNBA.
From each tip-off to the final whistle, the Sun have been locked in, professional, and taking care of business. What does it say to the professionality of this team that you've been able to shut out the noise?
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but no, we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And we come to play basketball for our job and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking. And there's no time for it anymore.
I think Alyssa Thomas said a couple of things that I absolutely think or should be taken more serious by the WNBA. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people will say whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, it always comes to publicity. And to a certain extent, I think that is true. So for instance, I do a podcast. I might have some people not like what I say. I might have some people, agree with what I say. I might have people tune in because they like my content. And I might have people tune into my content just to be negative. YouTube doesn't separate good publicity or bad publicity. Views are views. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to certain things, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they will not allow certain things to be said because it goes against their community standards. Which, good that they have it, but and they at a certain point in time, these social media platforms kind of pick and choose what is deemed against community standards and what isn't, because I've seen it. Matter of fact, I've been thrown in Facebook jail so many times over literally the most smallest of things where I can literally, be making fun of myself and I'll get locked up. Or I could say the wrong word in a comment and it'll get flagged. This happens. So there's still a level on the settings when it comes to the community standards on what is actually deemed a cyberbullying or not. That's for another conversation, another day. But I think Alyssa Thomas has a point. She's been in the WNBA for 11 years, and she said from this certain fan base, never had none of this stuff said to her. And I'm not going to put this on Caitlin Clark because it has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Because matter of fact, she has came out herself and basically straight up said, no, I don't condone that. She has publicly came out and said she doesn't agree with it. She doesn't think that this is something that should happen just because you root for her. She has publicly came out and said it. I mean, it's crazy, y'all. I don't understand how, this is something that is literally continuing to happen. Why are WNBA players being followed, followed home, pretty much being stalked over a basketball game, their job? Why are these women being attacked because you don't like, because she's not Caitlin? I don't understand that. Like, what are we doing? So WNBA, you have social media platforms on all those, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Your employees of your content, these players have personal pages. They have the blue check marks, verified accounts. You can't tell me that you can't go up to these CEOs of these projects and say, hey, can we protect our players a little bit better? Can we find a way to make sure that that these individuals are being held accountable for the things that they say, that they are being held to a standard of certain decorum when it comes to treating human beings right? I mean, my goodness. We all know that this world is crazy as hell. We all know. But the fact that it, WNBA, because as you release your statement, as I pull it up, it says the WNBA is a competitive league with some of the most elite athletes in the world. While we welcome a growing fan base, the WNBA will not tolerate racist, derogatory, or threatening comments made about players, teams, and anyone affiliated with the league. League security is actively monitoring threat-related activity and will work directly with teams and arenas to take appropriate measures to include involving law enforcement as necessary. I think we're beyond this statement at this point in time, because this behavior has been going on through the whole season. This is what I'm talking about, WNBA, that you have to clean up your details. It's a little bit too late to release this statement now. Glad you did it, but you're about 4 or 5 months too late. You're being very reactionary, not proactive. You got to be more proactive on these things. The moment that you saw, the climate of how the people were talking online, people were behaving in stadiums, how people were behaving towards your athletes off the field, off the court. Why are you absolutely waiting so late to want to be active in cutting down on this behavior. Glad you're doing it, but I'm saying it's far too late come on. You can't be so reactionary and be oblivious. Oh man, the viewership is going great. We're doing good. We're doing numbers. We just got a new TV deal, bringing in more millions. We're selling out, stadiums. Jersey sales is looking good. Viewership was doing good. So you ignore the actual behavior and treatment towards your players just because the numbers were good? I mean, that doesn't sound morally responsible to me. At the end of the day, doing this podcast, I'm a big boy. I can take some negative comments. I can take people not liking me and not liking what I got to say. That's totally fine. But eventually, I'm going to mentally wear down. I would hope that somebody would give a damn about my mental well-being. Damn the podcast. At some point in time, I would hope somebody would give just one damn about my mental health, stability, wellness over the podcast. Like, what are we doing in this world that we are at this point that it don't even matter about people and human beings? And we're so concerned about the numbers and the money being made and things like that. Are we that far away removed from being decent human beings? Wow. Because that's crazy to me. Because I seriously? This is crazy. WNBA, you gotta fix this image issue quickly, because it's going to get worse. And you can sit here and release all the statements you want and say this and say that and make it seem like you care. Lo and behold, you just happy that y'all get more money. Y'all just happy that y'all getting more viewership. Y'all just happy y'all getting more attention, getting more of this, getting more of that. Well, how the hell do you not care about the people that's actually making your content? How? That's the thing that's crazy to me. I mean, come on. What are we doing? I mean, this is literally getting crazy. I can't be crazy in saying this. You got your own players saying on some of the things that you can do better. Listen to Gabby Williams, what she had to say.
W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization. Our commissioner talked about us being able to, make 700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that. And we were promised, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money and whatever, and then teams are mad that I don't come back, but that's how it is. So yes, it just, the WNBA, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business. It's how it works. And that's all that means.
Oh, say it, Gabby. You want me to stay? You got to pay. That's another part of your thing that you are absolutely missing the mark on. Because you've already released how you're getting these new TV deals. You're already talking about how you're getting more money through viewership and attendance at the stadiums. So when are you going to address the money part when it comes to the players? I mean, literally, when are you going to address it? Are you going to wait for all your international players to just say, nah, man, I'm going to stay over here in Europe. They paying me. I'm getting 6 figures plus. Are you going to fix it when you have more players who are in the WNBA and saying, you know, maybe I'm going to stay over in Europe, get my money here, because they care about me more financially, for sure. I'm just saying, what is it going to take for you WNBA to really look at the details that y'all are absolutely blatantly missing? I mean, literally. What is it going to take? Are we going to wait? Oh, I know what it's going to take. I know exactly what it's going to take for you, WNBA, to start paying your players. I'm going to make a prediction. There's going to be a European team that's going to look at Caitlin Clark's star appeal. They're going to look at what she can bring to their league because of what she's brought over to the WNBA. They're going to say, hey, Caitlin, how much you making? And she's going to tell them. And they're going to say, oh, we could double that. Matter of fact, we could triple it. Why don't you come over and play for, for example, come play for FC Barcelona. And if she says, oh, I can make $1 million a year and I can get all 100% of my money on endorsements, and you guys are going to make sure that you advertise and show that you care about the product, and you're going to do this and do that to make people want to come and watch. Oh, well, hell, y'all doing far more than what WNBA has done for me. Oh, well, this looks like something that I should really think about. Does it make sense career-wise? I bet you if WNBA start losing big stars, if Asia Wilson says, man, I'm about to go play for one of those Chinese Taipei teams, or Aaliyah Boston, or Sabrina Ionescu, or Breanna Stewart, because we can't say that stars of the NBA or the WNBA won't go overseas. Brittany Griner, at the peak of her time when she got into the Russian situation, was over in Russia playing international basketball. And she was one of the biggest stars. Come on now. Let's not act like these stars are just going to continue to just stay lawfully with y'all. Come on, man. Like, come on. You can't. This is crazy. WNBA got to do better. Y'all messing up. Y'all messing up y'all own damn bad. I have never seen a sports entity that has literally gone out their way to shit on themselves. Literally. The people who are running this, the commissioner, who you got in the front office, I don't think y'all serious about making money. I'm really starting to get to that point that I don't think y'all serious about making money. I think it's trash how y'all run it. Point blank, period. I kind of talked about this last night. I had a very interesting clip that I played last night on the Late Night Owl show, and I'm gonna play it for you guys today, this afternoon, because I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious, because ESPN on Get Up had a very interesting conversation, and it was what would it look like if Bill Belichick went to the Cowboys? And I thought it was hilarious because I'm like, why would Bill Belichick do that? Why would Bill Belichick, of all people, decide that it would be a great idea to go play for that franchise, knowing who runs it? Knowing who runs it. I mean, this. Why? Why would he degrade himself to go coach the Cowboys? I think it would be a complete tarnish of his career because he would not be able to run it the way that he would want to. He wouldn't be able to imprint like he did for the Patriots organization, like he did for them. He wouldn't be able to do that here in Dallas. I mean, literally. So take a listen to this clip. Jeff Saturday, Dominique Foxworth. I forget the young lady's name. She's on Get Up quite a few times. And we had Hawkins, Andrew Hawkins, a former NFL player. So this is what they talked about on Get Up the other day.
The details, the lack of details, the lack of focus. Like, the guy he's talking about will change that. If that's truly the problem, Bill Belichick walking in that building, all that would change. Now, who's in charge of the offseason acquisitions, the draft, all that kind of thing? You can spin it however you want. Bill Belichick will dial the X's and O's as well as anybody has ever done.
Bill Belichick was the coach of the Cowboys. Would Micah Parsons be questioning his teammates' effort after every single game?
Absolutely not. The last game the Cowboys played, the first 3 plays, go check out some loafs. You know who won't allow loafs? That dude, Bill Belichick.
That's the problem is Bill Belichick comes in and he's the head of your organization and that culture permeates it. Unless Jerry Jones is there. So like we're assuming that because he shows up that the owner's influence disappears. No, these guys act like that because Jerry says it's okay. And Jerry's not leaving. So if Bill comes there, it's still gonna feel like it's okay because there's somebody above him who has more power.
I disagree though. Jimmy Johnson ran, and I get that split, but they won 3 Super Bowls allowing Jimmy Johnson to do his way.
We were in middle school, Jeff.
No, I'm saying the type of what he allowed to happen. Jimmy Johnson coached it the way he wanted to coach.
For the record, I covered those Super Bowls. Go on.
Look, if you put a king in the circus doesn't look like a palace. The king looks like a clown.
Ooh,
okay, nailed it. The culture. I see you. Say right down. You put a king in a circus. The circus doesn't look like a palace.
No, what it look like?
The king looks like a clown.
Damn, got him.
Culture in Dallas that is not conducive to bring out the best of Bill Belichick or that organization for everything Nick said about Jerry Jones.
Put a red nose on him.
He wants to be the one to pick the players. He wants to go in the media and say what he wants because it's his team.
Get him a rainbow wig.
Works for Bill Belichick because when he was running the organization, top to bottom, nobody talked to the media.
Oversized shoes and balloon animals.
Y'all lost.
Hey, shout out to Sports T, Miss Dominique. She does a fantastic job. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to her content. If he gives me the thumbs up, I'll bring in the big homie Nick Shine when he's ready. All right, he's ready.
What's up, bro? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Did you get a chance to hear that piece? Get Up talking about Bill Belichick if he was to go to Dallas.
I think Bill Belichick's already a clown because that's what he looks like as a coach without Tom Brady throughout his entire career. And that's not me shit talking. That's a fair, accurate assessment based off of his win-loss record without Tom Brady. Now, is Dak Prescott somebody who's going to go win Super Bowls? No, he's not. He's had number 1 seeds. He's had dominant, huge numbers. He's just not a guy that does it in clutch. And I don't think Belichick would ever go there. And here's why. He's going to call up his buddy Bill Parcells and be like, hey, what'd you think about there? Parcells would be like, yeah, fuck, don't do that. It's simple. It's not.
Yeah, you're cutting out, bro. But I'm gonna bring Nick back in here. Oh, there you are. There you are. You cut out.
Sorry. Jerry Jones will never allow someone bigger than him in the building.
I said the same exact thing last night, bro. I said the same.
We've talked about this before. We talked about this last year when Belichick was getting fired. I said Dallas or Buffalo are the 2 teams built to win, to get Belichick his 22 wins, to be the all-time winningest coach until Andy Reid passes him. But I don't think Dallas is a good fit, and I don't think Dallas is a good fit for multiple reasons. Jerry won't bring in a bigger name. The environment is not something that Belichick can change over and not hate his goddamn life. The players are meant to be marketed in Dallas. They're not meant to be winners. That's just the truth. Jerry wants stars. Jerry doesn't want trophies anymore. He's got his trophies. He's got his Hall of Fame resume. Now he wants to make it the most profitable sports team in North American sports.
Which he has.
He has. But now you don't bring in somebody on a short-term deal to try to change your culture when you're the reason as the owner, your culture is the way it is. You know, you follow me?
Oh, no.
You don't do that. Like,
hey, Nick, there's usually a lunar eclipse when me and you agree, and I think there might be a lunar eclipse tonight because, damn it, there's everything that you just said. I said verbatim last night. This is not the environment. I brought that up. Jimmy Johnson, yes, he won 3 Super Bowls, but guess what? It didn't last long because Jerry didn't allow it to last long.
That's true. Let me ask you a question.
Bill Parcells is a 2-time Super Bowl winning coach. He got up out of there as soon as Jerry butt his nose into everything. It was like, nope, I can't do it. I'm out.
Would have been 3. Would have been 3 if Keith Byers didn't goddamn fumble in the first half of the '98 AFC Championship.
But there's a reason why legendary coaches don't vibe with Jerry Jones. There's a reason.
Yeah. Who's the owner of the Buffalo Bills?
I wouldn't know because he's not.
That's why you go there. I'm dead serious. No one knew who Robert Kraft was until they started winning. Bill Belichick needs to go somewhere where Bill Belichick can be worshipped like a god. That won't happen in Dallas because the owner has ego and he won't allow somebody to be bigger than him. Jerry wants to be the biggest star.
Hey, let's take it a step further, Nick. He has his children they're going to take his seat when he passes away. They see how Jerry runs the Cowboys, not how to run an NFL franchise, how they run the Cowboys. They're going to do the same exact thing that Daddy did.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to make money when you have an entire fan base dumb enough to believe every year is their year. And they just throw their money like they throw it to ugly girl on the stage. Here, take my money, you chubby ugly girl. That's what they do.
I said the same exact thing. That fan base literally, they'll work that 9 to 5, they'll work the midnight shifts just to throw money at a franchise that has shown you that they will not compete for a Super Bowl. They're just going to tease you. They're just going to draw the money out of your pocket, and you're just going to put up with it because you just blindly follow it. And you know it's happening. Yeah. You see it happening every day. Hey, man. Hey, it's not a good move.
It's not a good move. I mean, for the rest of us, it is because we'll know the reality like we do every year. We know it's not their year, but they will go ballistic thinking they're going to win. But go look at his record without Tom Brady. He's a fireable coach, and he's been fired by multiple teams because he hasn't been proven to win without Brady.
And that's fair. But I'm just talking about just him not being allowed. So the reason why he also had success in New England is because Robert Kraft was hands off. He was hands off.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is not hands off. When he passes Stephen Jones, or whether it's Scarlett Jones, they won't be hands off. They will not be hands off because they saw how they
Joe Hansen would have a better chance of running that team to be successful than anyone with the Jones family. I've said this. I think Buffalo falls short again this year. And I think Buffalo is the place that he ends up because it's a small market. It's a diehard fan base. He'll be worshipped. There won't be a lot of drama. The players will buy into it because some of them have seen firsthand in the division what he was capable of doing at his peak. And, I think that's where he goes. And, they're built to get 11 wins each year and get him the wins record. So I think Buffalo would be the choice. I don't think Buffalo is going to win this year. And I think they're gone as far as that head coach can take them. And I think it's time for a new voice in the front of the room. And it could be him.
And I agree with you on that, too. I think Sean McDermott has gotten him as far as he could. All right, let's preview tonight's Thursday night football game. Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants. What's your take on that game tonight?
It's the worst social media day in the entire year for someone who lives in the New York market. Whenever these two teams play, like, you just have to avoid Facebook. Like, it's the worst social media day of the year by far. It's like getting nails stabbed into your eyes watching these two fan bases go back and forth. Saying that, I do hope the Giants win. I do. I think football is more fun when the Cowboys are down. I think for other fan bases, it's more enjoyable when if they're 1-3 with some of the games they got left. It's gonna be a lot of fun watching this shit.
Hey, Cowboys fans, I don't think they understand that your misery is everybody else's joy.
Yeah.
However, I just think the Giants are still one of the worst teams in the NFL. I think they make it competitive because, believe it or not, because I got Malik Neighbors on my fantasy team. He's been giving me some good fantasy points. He's been doing well. It's just the rest of the team that isn't doing so hot. So,
yeah, I mean, if Daniel Jones plays efficient, and the main thing is the Giants can't go down, right? They can't go down multiple scores. They can't do what the Giants normally do to the Cowboys. They can't drive down the field, get the field goal blocked, return for a touchdown, give up a touchdown, be down 21-0 8 minutes into the game, like they did last year on Sunday Night Football, I believe. So it's they got to play smart. They got to play efficient. Daniel Jones has to play well. I'm curious if they can block the pass rush of the Cowboys. Not many teams can, but if you can run the ball down. If you can run the ball down their throat and control the clock and make them panic a little bit and take them out of their comfort zone, then you can see some competitive football for a bit. But I wouldn't. Sorry, I'm just picking up one of my players. Hold on.
Are you good?
So I wouldn't rule the Giants out. There's been years we can write them off. If we see the Cowboy team, we saw the last 2 weeks that can't stop the opposition, and Daniel Jones falls into that category where he's on tonight. Who knows, man? Maybe you shock the world. But are the Cowboys capable of putting up a 40-10 win? 100%. They are. Like, we don't know, right? Like, this is one we don't know what Cowboy team is going to show up. We don't know what Daniel Jones is going to show up. You know, neither team has been consistent, so.
That's a fair point. Here's one thing that I think with the Cowboys that I think nobody's paying attention to. They can't run the damn football. So that leaves Dak throwing the ball 40, 50 plus times a game.
Which does lead to the Giants' strength with Lawrence and Thibodeau and Burns.
Mm-hmm. Bingo.
So, you know, that trio can get home.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
And since they can't run the ball, you put them in third and longs, you dial up some blitzes. You take away the second option, whether it's Ferguson or whether it's Cooks. You know, you do the old I forget what team did it. My mind just went blank. You put your best corner on the number 2 receiver, and then you double the number 1 receiver and bracket him.
Yeah.
You know, now you're eliminating 2 guys instead of the number 2 guy dominating your number 2. You have the number 1 on their number 2 cornerback, and then you bracket. You know, CeeDee Lamb plays the slot a lot of 7-yard turns, catch it, because the linebackers are so afraid of him getting upfield. As soon as they turn their hips, he stops. Dak puts it on him. But if you can collapse that pocket, make Dak move, take Dak off his spot, Dak's hit or miss. Sometimes he's really accurate when he gets out of the pocket. Other times it looks horrific. The Giants can. And let's be real, the Cowboys line is not the Cowboys line of old. It's Zach Martin and some question marks for the most part.
Yeah.
Damn, these brakes are bad. Ooh, that's not my stomach. That's the brakes. I got to get new brake pads and rotors.
Hey, the Cowboys got to get new brake pads too. So they're not the only ones in necessary to brake pads. Hey, but hey, you bring up some great points, man. Let's preview some games in week 4. You got some. Oh, I got to ask you this: what would you do with Trevor Lawrence?
Cut his hair and tell him to get a sex change to become a man.
Chill out. You're ridiculous, dog.
He plays so soft. He plays so weak. Like, I don't know. I thought Doug Peterson, we talked about this. I thought Peterson would have been a really good match for him. And I don't know if it's him. I don't know. I haven't seen much of him play, to be honest with you. You know how much I love Jaden Daniels. I told you flat out Daniels was going to be the best quarterback in this draft. So Monday night I was watching Burrow, my favorite quarterback, not named Aaron Rodgers, and Daniels, my next favorite quarterback. So I didn't watch much of him play, but it's typical Trevor Lawrence. It's a lot of hype. It's a big paycheck, and it's not delivering. He hasn't delivered since the first half of the Kansas City playoff game 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think he's a massive disappointment, and I just like to give a big FU to all the Jets fans that keep saying we missed out on Trevor Lawrence. That whole draft class sucks. You know, Fields is the guy that I wanted, and Fields is the only one playing well out of that whole class.
Yeah, well, he finally got out of a situation that wasn't conducive, and there's no surprise for me why Caleb Williams is actually struggling right now. He has been playing better since the season has gone on, but he's pretty much in the same situation that Justin Fields was in last year. So, no surprise.
I mean, you look at all this quarterback play to start the year, it's a massive surprise. You know, there's only one person I know of that told everyone Sam Darnold and Justin Fields can play, and you know who that was.
Hey, big shout out to Sam Darnold. He's been playing good football, man.
Huge shout out to Sammy D. You know, nobody believed in Darnold. I did. I told you, sung happy birthday to Sophia. My family is the biggest Sam Darnold fans in the world.
He's been playing great football. Hey, but man, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I know you got practice, man. I appreciate you hopping in here, chopping it up with me, my brother. I'll get up with you, man.
All right, man. Hey, what's the word on Pacheco?
No, there's a possibility he might not come back till probably next year.
Well, that's what I get for listening to Sophia, the Chiefs fan, telling me I needed to take him.
Yeah, broken fibula. He has some ankle damage as well. It'll be a miracle if he's back for playoffs, honestly.
Yeah, I did that going into the Jet Cowboy game, September 28th, 2003. And I broke it in two places. That was a rough time.
Yeah. Hey, but man, I'll get up with you, man. Always a pleasure, my brother.
And do me a favor. Tell Hot Take Jake 30-6. No touchdowns for the Broncos this week.
Ooh.
30-6. Maybe 2 field goals.
Hey, ain't nothing like a Jets beating up on the Broncos. Trust me, I'll take it. I'll be rooting for
3 years in a row.
I'll take it, dog.
3 years in a row.
All right, be good, my brother.
Be good, man. Peace.
So there's Nick's prediction as Jets play host to the Broncos. I know the Broncos got a victory last week over Tampa Bay. I just think that was more of an anomaly win for them. What can I say? Baker Mayfield kind of reverted back to old Baker Mayfield, but hopefully he can get back on what he was doing as the Buccaneers actually have a favorable matchup this week as they play the Eagles. I wouldn't say favorable, but they have shown that they can beat the Eagles as they eliminated them from the playoffs last week. Vikings Packers. I actually think that's a good matchup right there. You got 3-0 Vikings, 2-1 Packers. Unfortunately, I did like the way that Malik Willis played ball last week, going back to Tennessee and showing the Tennessee Titans they shouldn't have gave up on him so easily and drafting Will Levis. Unfortunately, he's going up against a defense that is literally playing lights out football on that side, and we got to talk about it. You got to. Brian Flores is making the case on why he needs to have a head coaching job next year. So I'm very curious to see if he has that defense doing what they've been doing the first 3 weeks. If he has them consistently playing like that all season, come on now, NFL. There's got to be a team because there will be job openings next year. Brian Flores better be on your coaches list to interview and say, hey, yo, we should take a look at this guy. He had the Dolphins treading upward when he was there, got released, but at this point, he needs to go and be given an opportunity to interview for one of these jobs for sure. You got 2-1 Saints, 1-2 Falcons. The Falcons need this win. Unfortunately, I do not like Kirk Cousins going up against that Saints defense. I think that's a bad matchup for him. Will he be able to get that offense going? I'm not sure. They're going up against a damn good, solid defense in New Orleans. I'm predicting the Saints to win that. Bengals, who are 0-3, 1-2 Panthers. Look, if you lose this game, Bengals, yeah, get ready for the offseason. I'm just being honest. I don't see you climbing out of that hole. If you lose to the Panthers, come on now. I don't think there's anything that can save you. That's that. Go ahead. Write the obituary for your 2024 season if you lose to the Panthers. I'm just being honest. I picked the Bengals to win this game. Don't let me down. Matter of fact, no, don't let yourselves down. Don't let your crazed fans, don't let them down. Because I think that would be a huge negative mark on the Bengals if y'all lose that game. Jaguars Texans. Texans want to get back to winning football. Had a bad loss against Minnesota. They just got outplayed, outcoached. Trevor Lawrence is not playing good football. That was on pure display on Monday. On that, he's just not playing good football. Texans should win that game. Colts playing host to the Steelers, 3-0 Steelers, 1-2 Colts. I know that the Justin Fields has been playing better. Still, that offense of the Steelers needs to get into gear. Unfortunately, I like the Colts defense against that matchup. I think they actually play good football and win this game. So I'm picking the Colts. Rams, Bears. I'm not counting out the Rams no more. I thought they were supposed to lose to San Francisco. I think everybody thought they were supposed to. I know San Francisco had some injuries, but hell, you can't complain about injuries when the Rams literally are without Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, so they're without their top two receiving threats, and they still won the game. So I think the Rams win this game. Caleb Williams just hasn't been playing good football altogether. Generally, overall, I know he had better numbers passing-wise. Still got some turnovers he has to clean up. That offensive line is still horrendous. Got to take care of that. Commanders, Cardinals. Commanders, I'm picking them to win this game, but I'm going to say this. The Cardinals have already shown that they are a real scrappy team. And Jayden Daniels, he has to progress on what he did Monday night. He showed great poise Monday night against Cincinnati. Dropped some absolute dimes. Don't have a fall-off game against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals will put up a fight. I think Commanders win that game. Patriots, 49ers. Patriots defense, their game, their offense, still non-existent. 49ers with all the injuries on offense, I get it. You should still be able to muster out an ugly win against the Patriots. But I will say this, I will not be surprised if the Patriots win that game because that defense is still damn good playing. Browns, Raiders. Come on, Browns. What are y'all going to be? I don't know what are you? Are you a physical team? Are you trying to be finesse? I don't know what you're doing with Deshaun Watson. He needs to play better. That's for sure. You lose to the Giants at home last week. I don't know what that was about, but better get right this week. Chiefs, Chargers. Of course, I'm rolling with the Chiefs, not just because that's the team I root for, but you're starting to see it right now with the Chargers. They're starting to have injury problems. Justin Herbert, he's still questionable to play with the ankle injury. Joey Bosa went down last week against Pittsburgh. You'll be without your star safety and Darwin James. He gets suspended because of the hit he had on Pat Fairmouth. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the suspension. I kept taking looks at the hit, and I'm kind of like, I've seen worse. But nonetheless, he won't be available. The cards are in for the Chiefs to win this game. The advantages are definitely geared towards them. So Chiefs should win that game. Bills Ravens Sunday night game. Man, this is a toss-up game for me because I can see the Ravens at home playing much better and beating the Bills, but I can also see the Ravens kind of what they did last week, get up big and let their foot off the gas and let the Bills back in the game like they did the Cowboys, and the Cowboys almost pulled that game off. So, but I'm going Ravens in that game. I just think you need to go ahead and show that you can play some damn good football when it matters. And then on Monday, we got another doubleheader. You got Titans and Dolphins. Titans are 0-3, 1-2 Dolphins. I'm going Titans. Here's the deal. I don't like your quarterback situation in Miami since Tua was put on IR because of the concussion. I don't know what you are on offense. And there's no way Skylar Thompson, he left the game early last week. I don't know what his status is. And then that leaves you with I can't believe who's your third. That you're at your third string quarterback. That doesn't look good. I mean, what do you do with that? Your third string quarterback now? Matter of fact, Tim Boyle, I believe, is your third string quarterback. So yeah, Tim Boyle. He's now your third string quarterback. Even though I think you should probably give Tyler Huntley a look, only because of the fact that he does have mobility, and that front four of the Titans, they can provide a good pass rush at times. So I would probably put Tyler Huntley in there so he can actually get more time to move the pocket and give time for Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill to get open. So I'm going Titans, but if they're going with Tim Boyle, kind of shaky. But I don't like your quarterback situation in Miami. It doesn't look good. And then, of course, you got Seahawks and Lions. 3-0, Seahawks 2-1, Lions. Every time these two teams get together, it's a slugfest. They find a way to put some points on the board. I'm going to roll with the Seahawks on this one. I do like the fact that the Lions are bringing back the black jerseys with the blue pants. Pretty swagged out. I like it, but you're going against the Seahawks, who are finding a way to play good football on both sides of the ball. Seahawks defense has improved from last year, and Geno has reverted back to 2 years ago and not last year. So he's being more smart and concise with the football. I'm going Seahawks. So there it is. My picks for week 4. We'll see how everything shakes out. I got to do better than what I did recently, because it just hasn't been good for your boy when it comes to NFL picks. Just hasn't. But hey, appreciate everybody tuning in. Big shout out to the big homie Nick Shines, tapping in real quick. Tap in with all the I.O.W Sports Network content at the bottom of your screen. And most importantly, you want to top it up with me personally, going over to my Twitter page, KC Wildcard Mar. And then until then, I will see y'all Monday for another episode of the I.O.W Sports Show. You know what it is. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Hey, peace and love, y'all. We out.